Hi, everybody, and welcome to the season finale of Recheck with Dr. Pol. I'm your host, Charles Pol, and I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the incredible Dr. Pol. Before we do anything else, I need to acknowledge that somehow a certain someone has managed to get another year older. Happy birthday, Dad.
Well, thank you, Charles, except you don't get a year older in one day. It is taken one day at a time, so there's really no change from one day to the next. And I'm standing still upright, so let's keep going, right?
We're at the end of the season already. It always comes too soon.
That's the thing. Time goes so fast. And we're having fun, really, even with the show and everything. And time just goes too fast when you do things like this.
We couldn't have done this show on our own. I want to take this moment and introduce our awesome crew who has really made all of this possible.
Hi, I'm Pete, and on behalf of the whole crew, Ryan, Brian, and Don, thanks for watching.
Thanks so much, guys. You are really the best crew around. And you know what's great? They work for corn. Next year won't be just another season either. Dad, do you realize that next year will mark our 10th anniversary of the incredible Dr. Pol?
Yes, that again, I told you that time goes too fast, and 10 years is a long time, really. I don't know how many other shows on TV have lasted that long.
Well, there's been some, you know.
There are a lot of them, but not that many.
Not that many.
No.
We've had a lot of fun over the last decade. Tonight, let's take a look at some of the best moments that never made television.
Oh, yes.
McCall. McCall. Oh my gosh. You hand them off? Yep. Okay. Oh, we had lunch. Hello. Salt on the mat. Here. Garage. Huh? The dog's name is... Pat. Who? Petey? Sadie. Valera. Victim. Thanks, guys. They'll not, if you get...
Are these cameras running?
So.
I'm really sorry, I just got stung by a bee.
No.
Dad, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And you know, I got to level with the audience and tell this little story because you saw that clip where Dad falls out of the Jeep. I got to tell you that when that happened, we had 6 grown men standing in absolute silence and horror watching you fall out of the Jeep, wondering if you were going to get back up, and then who was going to be in trouble for that.
Right.
One,
because they had so many wires from the phone, from the microphones running along, thick wires, and I just got out and my foot got caught in there and I just fell on my face and I was ticked.
You were really upset. That was a great fall too. Let's watch that again.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, that was great. Let's, again. Yeah, a little faster. Oh, look, you take a fall there, Dad. Ooh. Again. That was some fall, Dad. Did you ever imagine the show lasting 10 years?
Did you?
No, I don't.
Right, that's what I mean. You know, when Charles came here 10 years ago and said, Dad, we should make a video, a reality show about you, he said, who the heck wants to watch me? But Charles had the right idea. Do your work. And yes, because we're a large animal, not many people see that. So this brings the farmer back into the American living room. And I think that's what they like.
Yeah, I do too. You know, I've learned a lot over the last decade as your right-hand man. In fact, I've become quite an expert on veterinary equipment. Let's take a look at our next segment, What's in Dr. Pol's Car? Over the course of the season of Recheck, we've gotten to sit down and talk to a number of the cast members of The Incredible Dr. Pol. Well, there's one cast member who constantly gets overlooked, and today we're going to focus on them. Today, we're going to find out what's in Dr. Pol's car. So probably one of the most underappreciated cast members is Dr. Pol's car. And it reminds me of the ocean because on the outside, it looks pretty bland and boring, but on the inside, there's a world of mystery. One of the most famous instruments that we are constantly using is what we call the emasculator. Just like its namesake, it is used in the process of castration. As you can see, the instrument has a cutting edge right here that will both cut and crimp so that once we can pull the testicles through, you crimp it tight and it will safely and soundly castrate a horse. Horses might be actually one of the most dangerous animals that we work on a daily basis. We have several tools to help us in our process. One of the tools that can help us most often is what we call a twitch. The twitch goes around a horse's nose and it twists nice and tight. What it reminds me a lot of is when somebody grabs you by the back of the neck. It doesn't necessarily hurt, but it's a good way to secure someone because as they pull, it does begin to hurt. In that same way, this device twists around a horse's nose and has a nice firm grasp. So this is a great tool to keep a horse from rearing up, coming at you, charging, doing different things because a horse's hooves can be deadly. One of the things that we do most often in conjunction with using a twitch is floating a horse's teeth. This is a horse teeth float. As you can see, there's a rough surface on this teeth float that helps grind a horse's teeth down. And one of the great things is when you're rubbing this along a horse's teeth, it's going to grind off those rough edges so the horse doesn't bite their lip, their tongue, or the way that the teeth grind together, it might not bite right. So this helps fix that horse's bite to create an even, smooth surface so a horse doesn't have trouble eating. One of the most difficult animals that we deal with to secure is actually a pig. So what we use is a pig snare. This is a pig snare. And as its name suggests, it's for snaring pigs' noses. The nose, you try to feed the snare in around the nose with this going up over and this going in their mouth, the wire. Once you get that snare over the pig's nose, you're going to want to pull it tight with the self-locking mechanism. The pig will pull directly back from this twitch at this point. So with the self-locking, it will apply pressure directly in the way that you'll be able to maintain hold of that pig. And I've held pigs that were 400 or 500 pounds with this snare. So it is definitely something that can be used to control a grown pig. Well, Dad, how did I do?
Now, Charles, surprisingly, you did very well. Yes. The main thing is, yes, to restrain animals. And as you can tell, the nose is the most sensitive part in animals. So that's why you have a twitch. You know, what you did not show was a nose lead for a cow.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's a pair of
Same
tongues.
principle.
The nose is the most sensitive part in an animal. So if you can control him without inflicting pain, but just because you get his attention, that works just perfect.
Yeah, and it's a real great way to be able to restrain an animal safely and humanely without using tranquilizers and anesthetic, which can be
Just as bad. Yes.
Yeah, they have complications. I mean,
Yes,
you know,
and
you never
especially
know.
for very short procedures, you know, like floating a teeth or a couple of sutures in there, it's better to use a little restraint that doesn't really hurt, but it just gets that attention.
What would you say is the single most important item in your Jeep?
The key.
That is probably. All right, what's the second most important item in your Jeep?
The second most important, I would say a calf puller, because many times that's what we use more than anything else in order to get the calves out of the cows.
Is there ever a time when you've been missing something you really needed on a farm call?
Every so often, I have missed a thing that was lost because somebody didn't put it back in the Jeep, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah.
Thanks again for letting me dig around in your Jeep, Dad.
Thank you, Charles. You're very welcome.
Next up, we're going to play a little game I like to call Farm Feud. We've gone out and asked various animals some questions, and we're going to see which family knows farm animals better. We have two families with us today. Welcome the Schloud family and the Sante family. Thank you for joining us. Hello.
Whoa.
First, let's meet the Schlouds. We have mom and dad, Scott and Christy, 10-year-old Sophia, and 8-year-old Cooper. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
I understand your family has quite the menagerie of pets. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yes, I have a little black bunny. He's a Havana bunny named Olive Buttons, and he likes to lick my face. He's quite a sweetheart. And I have a pet frog. I can't show you right now because he's in the terrarium, but I can show you my dog.
What's your pet frog's name?
My pet frog's name is Pickles.
And this is me, Grace.
Hello, how are you? Now let's meet your competitors, the Sante family. We have Paul, Holly, Zachary, and Nicholas. Where are you guys joining us from today?
Today we're joining from Beach, Virginia.
I understand that you have a couple of pets as well. A pair of pygmy goats?
Buckwheat and alfalfa.
Buckwheat and alfalfa, those are some good names for pygmy goats. Thank you all for coming on the show. Today's prize is a year's subscription to Disney Plus. Worth playing for?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've flipped coins to select which family goes first, and it's going to be the Sante family. Ready, guys? Okay, here we go. We've asked 100 dairy cows, on average, how much milk do you give in a day? A, 20 gallons. B, 1 gallon. C, 8 gallons. Or D, 12 gallons.
A.
And 20.
A, I'm sorry guys, that's not correct. Schlouds, you have a chance to steal. We have B, 1 gallon. C, 8 gallons. Or D, 12 gallons.
C.
B.
That is correct. On average, American cows produce 8 gallons of milk a day. Schloud family, your turn again. We've asked 100 chickens. On average, how many eggs do you lay a day? A, 4 eggs. B, 1 egg. C, 2 eggs. D, 3 eggs.
C.
No, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Sante family, your chance to steal. We have A, 4 eggs, B, 1 egg, or D, 3 eggs.
B. 1 egg.
That is correct. On average, chickens lay 1 egg per day. Sante family, your turn again. We asked 100 cats. If they are regularly breeding, on average, how many litters do you have a year? A, 5 litters. B, 3 litters. C, 1 litter. Or D, 2 litters.
D. Litters.
No, I'm sorry, Sante family, that is not correct. Schlouds, your chance to steal. We have A, 5 litters. B, 3 litters. C, 1 litter.
B. 3 litters.
No, I'm sorry, Schlouds, it's not 3 litters. On average, cats have 5 litters per year. That's why make sure to spay and neuter your cats every year. All right, Schloud, it's your turn. We are tied up at 1-1. We asked 100 llamas, on average, how far can you spit? A, 5 feet. B, 15 feet. C, 20 feet. D, 30 feet.
Okay. D.
D.
No, that's not correct, Schlouds. I'm sorry. Sante family, your chance to steal. A, 5 feet. B, 15 feet, or C, 20 feet?
B, 15 feet.
That is correct. On average, llamas can spit up to 15 feet. Sante family, your turn again. We're at 2-1. We asked 100 sheep, how much wool can you make a year? A, 5 pounds, B, 40 pounds, C, 1 pound, or D, 30 pounds?
B, 30.
That's correct, Sante family. A sheep can produce 30 pounds of wool a year. All right, Schlouds, we're at 3-1 with only 3 questions left. We're at sudden elimination now. You need to get this one right to stay in the game. We asked 100 pigs, how much food do you eat a day? A, 12 pounds, B, 2 pounds, C, 8 pounds, or D, 4 pounds?
12 pounds.
12 pounds.
I'm sorry, Schlouds. Pigs eat around 8 pounds of food a day. That means, Sante family, you're our winner. Congratulations. Sante family, you've won a year subscription to Disney Plus.
All right.
Thank you for joining us, guys. We'll be sending the Disney Plus package to you very soon, Sante family. And Schloud family, don't worry, you're gonna receive a consolation package of an autographed Dr. Pol picture.
Yes,
Thank
thank you.
Goodbye, goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Bye. Next up, we've got one of our favorite segments, Dr. Pol's mailbag. We get lots of fan letters from all over the world. Our clinic Rooster and Tater do their best to keep up with as many letters as they can, but we figured this week we'd help them out by responding to a few letters on the air. Today we have a theme for our letters. They all come from young people who want to be veterinarians, just like Dr. Pol. First up, we have a letter from Lydia. Lydia writes, I want to join your practice. You know when you stick your arm up a cow's butt? I've done that before. It feels warm, mushy, and fun. It's also hard to push your hands in there because the cows are so strong. Anywho, I hope to meet you someday. I love your work. Stay safe. From Lydia.
If you want to become a veterinarian, take all the hard classes that you can, all the exact things, volunteer anywhere where they treat animals. You know, sometimes on the dairy farm, and learn to work with animals.
Next up, we have a letter from Lila. Lila writes, I'm your biggest fan. I am Lila, and I'm 8 years old. My mom is not the best with blood, but she watches with me, half under the covers. Lila wants to be a vet as well. Dad, is not being squeamish when it comes to blood an important part of being a vet?
Definitely. Because, you know, anything you do when there is an injury or surgery, there's always blood there.
Thank you for your letter, Lila. Next up, we have 10-year-old Lillian, who has a Bernese mountain dog, which she included a couple of pictures of in her letter. Lillian also wants to be a vet, and she's already thinking about college. She asks, I knew you grew up in the Netherlands, but do you know any great vet schools?
Oh, there's lots of them. Every state has a vet school. And it's more expensive if you go out of state. But yeah, look around and see. The best schools is where you can get some hands-on experience, where, you know, the professors let you do things.
We hope that all these young people achieve their goals to become veterinarians. And we thank you so much for writing in. If you'd like us to read your letter on a future episode of Recheck, visit our website for more details on where to send your fan mail.
Thank you, everybody.
Finally, tonight, we have a special musical guest named Bob Kittle, who wrote a song about Dr. Pol, which we would like to share with you tonight. Bob recorded this right outside of the clinic here in Michigan, and Dad is quite the honor.
I think so.
Here is Bob Kittle with The Incredible Dr. Pol.
From the pounding waters and
metals, out of town but just a road. Father said treat animals right and they'll help you share the load. Miracle of life in his hands, as a boy he knew he'd be a veterinarian, all critters friends with a love that sets them free. Went to school to learn the tools he would need for his plants, but in his heart he knew his tools, his sight, his smell, his hands. Look the animal in the eye, let him know that you're there. Watch their ears, watch their tails, run if their nostrils flare. Winter cold, summer heat, nights as black as coal. Treat the patient and the owner, both you must console. Respect the land and animals, let those cameras roll. This is the life that he chose, the incredible Dr. Pol. Diane Jr., Kathy Charles, children number 3. Jan and Diane live a life of love as a Pol family. There's always horses, always dogs, blood donor named Mason. Peacocks for color, you can hear them holler their rigs and station wagon. Charles made the show helped to make him. As Dr. Pol works his farm with old school medicine. Work is your hobby, you'll never work if you get it right. The animals of Michigan thank him for the fight. Winter cold, summer heat, nights as black as coal. Treat the patient and the owner, both you must console. Respect the land and animals, let those cameras roll. This is the life that he chose, incredible Dr. Pol. So kiss a horse, be a lady with a mustache, part of the community. Be armpit deep in a heifer, feel what you cannot see. At peace with the animals, try and miss the manure hole. God bless the life and times, the incredible Dr. Pol. God bless the life and times, the incredible Dr. Pol.
That was great. Thanks, Bob, for sharing your song with us. And thanks to you for watching Recheck with Dr. Pol this season. On behalf of all of our animal crew and our audience, and Dr. Pol, myself, and our family,
Good night.
we appreciate it, and good night.
Good night. See you next year.